I muted myself and then unmuted it. You guys know that. You know how this works. You know how this works. Anyway, welcome to the show. My name is Steve. This show is Protests and Demonstrations, Live PD, right? So Live PD, live.pd, not the A&E version of Live PD, because we have to say that so we don't get, sued and shit. But yeah, we are live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's what you're watching here. Gretchen Whitmer's backyard. They're out here protesting because a police officer, Grand Rapids police officer, fatally shot Patrick Lyoya. I'm saying that wrong, but I don't know how to say it. Patrick Lyoya. So basically, let me give a background so everyone knows, and then we'll just go and we'll see everything. All right. And then we'll talk about it. So make sure if you're watching this, I tend to just, just give you guys the truth, the honest truth. So help you, God. Because, it's crazy shit. It's crazy shit. Anyway, so on April 4th, a Grand Rapids police officer initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle because he ran the license plates on said vehicle, and the plates did not belong to said vehicle. So as soon as he attempted to pull over Patrick Lyoya, who was the operator of that vehicle, he didn't know that at the time, the officer didn't, that is. As soon as he attempted to pull him over and gets him to stop, Patrick then jumps out of the vehicle. All the while, the police officer tells him to stay in the vehicle, tells him to stay in the vehicle, tells him to stay in the vehicle, and Patrick has no intention of following any directions at that point. Or later. And so the officer then says, okay, well, he's outside of the car, so let's just, let's conduct our business the right way, the way we're supposed to. And so he starts asking Patrick questions about, hey, do you have a driver's license? Do you understand English? Because Patrick was an immigrant, so his English wasn't the best. And so so the officer seemed to be thinking, well, is this guy, can he understand what I'm saying? And it turns out they couldn't understand or maybe he could understand, I don't know. But he opened the driver's side door of the vehicle. There's a passenger in the vehicle. You could hear on the body cam him ask the passenger to get his ID. The passenger says, blah, blah, blah. Then Patrick gives the telltale sign, right? So he's standing there holding the door. The officer's off to his side over here. Let me back up, all right? Because now we can reenact. This is such an upgrade from our old studios, right? So Patrick's here. Imagine this chair right here is the door of the car. So he's standing here. The officer's right here. This is the officer. And then this is Patrick, right? And then Patrick closes the door to the car, does this thing, and attempts to flee. All right, so reenactment 101 right there. So as he attempts to flee, it doesn't work because the officer is right on his tail. So he goes and he attempts to get it. And I'll be honest, when I watched the body camera footage, I thought Mr. Patrick was going to get in a boxing match with the officer. It turned out that's not what happened, or maybe it did. I don't know if any punches were thrown. They didn't say any punches were thrown in the body cam footage, but this is what ended up happening, right? So the officer goes to wrap up Patrick. Patrick spins him off, and then Patrick, on the body camera footage, you can see Patrick is there. He stutters he wants to attack the officer, and then he doesn't. He turns and runs away and flees. The officer's not on my watch, and he starts chasing after him, right? And they chase around the car. Patrick's got he's got a couple of footsteps, but the officer's got wheels. So the officer chases after him, tackles him right in the neighbor's driveway. Boom! Tackles him, and he says, stop resisting, stop resisting, stop resisting. Except he doesn't stop resisting. In fact, he keeps fighting. He keeps fighting, and he keeps getting up, and he's fighting him, and then the officer stops, and he's like, I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. And Patrick's like, no, I'm not doing anything. Let me go. And he's running around, and then they're fighting, and they're squabbling, and then you hear the taser deploy, and it doesn't have an effect. Patrick then is like, whoa, you tased me. That's not nice. And he puts his hand on the taser, right? And so he's wrestling the officer for the taser. The officer has his oh shit moment right there. And he's like, oh no, what do I do now? What do I do? And the officer's like, let go of the taser. Let go of the taser. And Patrick's like, no. And the passenger of the vehicle, he's sitting there and he's like, he's not doing anything. He's not resisting you. Even though clearly, you could tell he's resisting. And then They go to the ground, all the while Patrick still has that taser, firm grasp, and the officer's like, let go of the taser, let go of the taser. I even think he gets on his radio and says, he's got my taser, he's got my taser. Patrick's wrestling with him. They wrestle all the way across the yard. They keep standing up, down, up, down, up, down. And then finally, they're on the other side of the yard. Oh, shit, that live feed ended. Whatever. We have more. Or do we? I don't remember. Yeah, we're fucking prepared. We're prepared. Anyway. So then, all right, now I can't reenact this because the camera shot's only from like waist up, right? So Patrick is on the ground, right? And he's got full taser control right now, all right? So the officer's behind him trying to put him in a chokehold, trying to stop him, trying to regain his taser. Because what you may or may not know is once a taser's been deployed, there's still a charge there. So he could rip that off and boom, you know, and tase the officer. Or I don't know if that canister actually has to be taken off. But all he has to do is just... you know, reach back and tase the officers. So the officers fearfully, you know, are fighting for his life because, well, his life is in danger at that point. Then he loses the grip on the taser. So now Patrick, while being on the ground, he's a big dude, but he's on the ground. The officer who's smaller than Patrick is behind him, and he's got him he's trying to get, it appears to me like he's trying to get him in a chokehold. All the while, you can't lock that sucker in, right? Because this guy's got a taser. And all that, you know, you lock him in like that, and this guy just puts a taser, boom, officer's done. He grabs a gun, boom, end of world. So what the officer does, he yells again, stop, give me my taser, drop the 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 taser. I think he said it like 17,000 times. And the guy's not dropping the taser. He's not dropping it. And he's like, what do we do? What do we do? So the officer makes a horrible decision, or a good decision to save his life, but it's a horrible decision with the outcome. He draws his weapon and he aims it down. You see him. He's got it at the back of Patrick's head. He moves his arm back. Boom! Fires. Threat's done. He gets back and he calls and he's like, gunfire. And then he orders the other guy that's got the camera back. Now that guy the whole time, he's like, he doesn't have a taser. He doesn't have a taser. He doesn't have a taser. But he actually did, even though, because we all saw it on body cam and from the footage that he had the taser. And once his buddy got shot, he stopped talking. He didn't say shit at all. And that's where all the body camera footage ends. Okay, so now they're out protesting, and the reason why I drove all the way back in here to the studio wasn't just to talk to you guys, and it wasn't because I make a lot of money when we do these riot, you know, things, because, well, no one does super chats anymore. No one believes in that, so whatever. The reason, oh shit, all the feeds ended. What the shit, Dick? Oh God, what are we gonna do now? Well, I'll just keep talking. We're not watching agenda-free TV on this fucking show. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you what now. All right, that shit ain't happening. So what I'll do is I'll blow myself up big here, you know, so you can all enjoy me, right? And while I look for more feeds, because we do have more. I got them on the other computer. I just gotta go over here. Gotta refresh this page. They may have all actually ended. Let me go over here. Let me check this one, and let's go. No, we got some more, don't we? Let me see here. Nope, they're all done. All the live streams are done when I drive 25 fucking minutes here. But whatever. I'm talking to you guys. I'm letting you guys know what's going on in this country, right? So whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're here. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right. So today. Now, everybody and their mother, including Ben Crump, okay? Ben Crump, who has made his name, he's an attorney. If you don't know, he's a civil rights attorney. Civil rights. And I do that not because civil rights don't matter, because Ben Crump is a lying piece of shit. If you ask me, allegedly. You know what I mean? He is. You know, because how can you go and advocate for civil rights, against violence, especially police officers? He went after Louisville police officers who sexually assaulted people when his own brother, Ben Crump's own brother, was a Tallahassee police officer who was fired and charged and found guilty of sexually assaulting someone when he was on the job. And you know who his attorney was? You know who the attorney it was that dislikes police so much and wants to hold police accountable? Do you know who his attorney was? Ben Crump. Yeah, true story. Look it up. He won't say shit to you, and they've spent a tremendous amount of money trying to get every single article that's written about his brother fucking smushed into oblivion. But you know what? We always get it. Adam, you got to do it on Slack, homie. You got to send it to me on Slack. Anybody has links, April or Adam, send them to me on Slack. I don't think, is this a live feed? Is this a live feed? No, he sent me dead feeds too. Yeah, you're sending me old feeds, bro. I don't want to watch your old feeds. We want new feeds. New feeds, only new feeds. But yeah, so that's the deal. They all went out there for this big press conference today. We watched the press conference. We actually have the press conference in its entirety on citizenstringer.com or citizenstringer.tv as well. It's free. You just look under the news brief section. You'll see that video right there, and you can watch it. Plus, we have a bunch of live people watching this show, watching me. I mean, this is special. It's 9:30 at night, man. I don't do late shows anymore. I'm an old man now. But you know what? I'm here for you. And nobody else was going to show this shit. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. The protest ended. They will be back tomorrow. Someone else said, yeah, but I saw Antifa out. That's the whole reason I drove here, because I saw Antifa out, and I just don't think it's going to rest for the day. And maybe it is. Maybe it'll take more time to get them motivated. But mark my words. I forecasted this shit like 2 weeks ago, right? I said there's going to be an awful police shooting, and then shit's going to hit the fan, and they're going to be out in the streets again all summer long. Their cities are going to burn, and then people are going to be afraid to go vote, and boom, they're going to have a windfall like they did in 2020, right? Right? I mean, I did say that. You know, that's the facts. And likely that's probably they're going to try to attempt. I mean, think about it. They've already tried with the secondary lockdowns and all that shit. Now they're locking down Philly again. Schools are voting to lock shit down all the time. It's crazy. Shit. I wonder if my wife is probably already sleeping. Gosh, I bet she's sleeping. Yeah, I bet she is. But because she didn't text me. And we were watching a board of supervisors meeting for the county of which she works in, because they're trying to take away a huge amount of money out of the school board budget for next year, which means that hundreds of teachers are no longer going to have a job. My wife's first year teaching there, or first year teaching in this district was this year, so she doesn't have seniority. And they either will lose 300 jobs or they'll take an 18% pay cut. And I said, guess what? If they take an 18% pay cut, you're not working. You have no choice. You know, we'll sell the house that we just bought. We'll buy a big ass fucking RV and we'll travel the country like I want to anyway. And she didn't say no. Well, okay, because she ain't working for an 18% pay cut. We'll have to wait and see. But so they held a press conference today. Everybody ignores the fact that the police officer was fighting for his life. And the only thing they see in this case is the fact that a police officer was forced to use deadly force and he shot someone that still clearly posed a threat to him. It just happened to be in the back of the head. He was in the middle of fighting with him. So here's my prediction. You want to know my prediction? They're going to charge this police officer. That's my guess. Look at that $20 super chat from Chris Johnson, my new buddy, not the old one. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know. How come this thing isn't popped up? Oh, you know what? Let me drag that son of a bitch all the way up here. Yeah, bam. All right. Yeah. Now, if people do super chats, it's gonna pop right up on the screen. You're gonna get embarrassed. I could even make it, which I'll do for other shows. I can even make it like read messages and shit, so you can like say like dirty things, and not really. Don't say dirty shit. But yeah, man, crazy. It's crazy. They're going to protest. They're going to riot. They're going to destroy. And I'm not saying the peaceful BLM protesters, because let's be honest, there are peaceful BLM protesters. Okay, they're just few and far between. You know, they're the ones who go out and they're like, hey, no, keep peaceful. But here, I mean, I think I am a firm believer that saying fry them like bacon and all cops must die and that kind of shit. And when you say that, those are acts of violence. Those are words of violence, which lead to acts of violence, which mean you are not a peaceful BLM protester, in my humble opinion. In my opinion, it's all that matters on this show, if you haven't figured that out yet. But we'll have to... Someone said, what's wrong with dirty shit? Dirty shit, dirty shit, dirty shit. Oh, you got jokes. They got jokes. Uh-oh, it looks like all the fiends are gone. Where are all the fiends? Oh, wait, I got one. Bam, I got one. See, you can't hold me down, bro. You can't hold me down. Boom. Boom. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stand in front of it as this dude fucking walks around aimlessly. When did the shooting happen? The shooting happened. Oh, we got a big ass fucking super chat. Watch, it's going to pop up on the screen. Right? Someday, I don't know. Uh-oh, I think we have a super chat war between Chrissy and Chris. Yeah. Then Chrissy just did a $50 super chat. Thank you so much. So much. Chrissy, did you update your comments on my earlier video? Mind you, okay? Anyway, I must have drooled on myself on the way here, or it's just fucking sweating. I don't know. It's still wet, and I'm like sweating. Yeah, it's just fucking hot in here. I should probably just not be as cheap and just be willing to pay a big ass fucking electric bill. And you know what I mean? I just don't want to because that shit's expensive. I just got a $630 heating bill for last month. And I know what it is because for anyone that doesn't understand, I don't do this in a house or anything. I'm actually in our studio in Virginia. I have a store up front that we're opening on July 15th. It's a world's first free coffee shop. It's amazing. And then I have all the storage and the shipping and receiving shit that's on the other side where my old studio used to be. And yeah, we're right on Main Street in small town fucking Virginia. It's fucking amazing. But we're going to have a lot of clientele because it's a free coffee shop. Whoever fucking heard of that? It's amazing. January 15th, you can all come and see it. Alrighty. Someone said, just wait a few hours and Portland Antifa will be out doing what they do. I even told my wife, I'm like, just wake me up before you go. I don't plan on staying up all night long. No, because I have to come back here and do work tomorrow and all that shit. It sucks now. That's the one thing I don't like is the driving. Like today, I went home for lunch. It took me 25 minutes to get home. I ate for 5 minutes, and then I drove 25 minutes back here. Kind of sucks. So it looks like in the background, which you can't really see because I'm just standing in front of it, looks like the background is, how come it's not showing? Chris sent another $20 super chat saying, lost my Google account, could only support by membership for a while. Oh, shit. Thank you for that 20 spot. Watch, I could just do this. Bam! Let's not put it over my beautiful face. Let's go down here. Conceited much? Yeah, I am. Thanks. We the people with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, dude. And let me just get caught up. Uh-oh, $21. Said, yes, I did, Steve. Sorry about that. All right, Chrissy. Thank you so much. With another super chat. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's get this super chat train going. Let's make it fucking incredible. Because the 50 miles that I go round trip to come here into the office now cost me, thanks to Biden, $500 in fuel. Not really 500. That was an embellishment, but just give it time. It will eventually. You know what's also quite amazing? The inflation rate is up. Did you hear that? We know inflation went 8.5%, which is the highest it's been since, 1980. But now the wholesale prices are up a whopping 11.2%. Those are new numbers tonight. 11.2%. You know what that means? We have the highest wholesale price increase year over year ever. Facts. Do you know what that means? Those are the prices that we pay. We pay the wholesale prices because the people, the retailers that we buy from, pay those wholesale prices. Do you see? And then they mark up and then we pay. So if they had to pay 11% more for the same product that they did a year ago, how much do you think they're inflating on us, homies? How much do you think? Why the fuck isn't this showing? Son of a bitch. I don't know why it's not showing. It's all the way at the top. See the Streamlabs overlay. It's already at the top. I don't know why it's not showing the super chats. Melissa sent a super chat as well saying, well, here's a gallon. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is. Luckily, I don't have a diesel. As you can see behind me, it seems that someone's just touring around the city. You want to hear if he's talking?
Guys, I'm at risk now. Toxic waste. Rut-row.
Rut-row, Reggie. God, it sounded like Oreo Express, didn't it? A little bit. Nothing wrong with Oreo Express.
Guys, I'm just we're asking. Back at the car.
Oh, so they're
Thank
fucking done too.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out.
Bullshit. I didn't want to cover the bullshit before. I'm not gonna give credence to them just marching around doing stupid shit, right? Just banging on there. And you got to give it to them. I wasn't watching the protests. We were watching the board of supervisors meeting and all that stuff. But from what I heard and what I saw briefly shared on Twitter is the protesters, besides doing the same stupid ass chants that they do at all these protests, they were peaceful. For the most part. I don't think there was any. But then again, you have to draw that line. You have to say, well, are violent words considered peaceful? Because I don't agree. You know what I mean? For example, like if I had a brother that was a police officer in said city in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and people are outside chanting, "We want to kill you." No, see, that's where you're going to have a big angry fucking white dude come storming through your whole fucking crowd, a little soybean eating loser faces, and said, "You want to do what to my brother?" What? Now we have a weather report going on behind us. What the fuck, bro? What the shit, man? You know what it was? I know what it was. And for anyone that doesn't know and hasn't watched my show, before when we used to do the riot and protest coverage and all that stuff, I know you're probably like, wait, the hell? What probably ended up happening is the organizers got a push alert that said, oh shit, Freight Broker Live just went live. End the protest. I'm not even joking. That probably did happen. They're probably like, oh crap. They're actually going to see what idiots we are. You know what I mean? Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Antifa cries every time there's a super chat. They certainly do. Look at this. Look at this one. I back the officer 1,000%. And Janine. Yes. I mean, I back the officer 100%, but I also think there's a lack of training there. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I'll do that every time I get one now. Sorry, I forgot. I'll do that every time I get one. I apologize. But yeah. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, with the officer. I mean, here's the thing. I don't see there's so many different things the officer could have done. Like, okay, so when the guy's running away, just let him run away. That's not the officer's job. It's not his job. You could have said, okay, well, he's got the taser. Let me back off. I mean, maybe, but everything's hindsight 2020. I mean, you could make the argument that, okay, right? So he's got like back control. He didn't have full control or anything, but he was on his back. He had him. And then when he pulled his gun and shot him, he propped up. So he had his hand on his back. He could have easily just pushed off him, gave him a real good push, matted his face into the fucking dirt, and then gave distance. Because that taser could not shoot. The prongs were already out. So the only thing, I believe that he would have had to take off those, and then that taser is a weapon. At that point, if he charges at the officer, fair game. You know what I mean? But what you can't, the use of force, as horrible as it looked in that video, that use of force was likely justified because he was in a fight for his life. This officer or this offender had a taser, had the officer's taser that he removed from him. It wasn't like the officer dropped the taser during a struggle and that's how he got it. No, the Patrick guy used brute strength, ripped it out of his hands after they were fighting to the death for it. And I'll be honest, at one point it looked like Patrick was reaching behind and going on the gun belt of the officer before the takedown. So when he took him down, when he ran around the vehicle and the officer came like Happy Gilmore and tackled him on the driveway, like if you watch the body camera footage, there's driveway to the left. When that officer tackled him there, after they got up and he had him he was weird. Like he didn't know what he was doing. That's the thing that's weird too. As someone that's worked security in bars and fought big ass drunk dudes 15 times the size of me, and I'm a big dude, and they're big. You don't put hands on someone unless you know you can control them. You know what I mean? That's, or at least you have like backup plans. You know what I mean? Like a big dude, I'm not even going to put hands on him. I'm going to take him out at the knees. Like a fucking ninja. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put him down that way. And I don't care, if I break his knee or, hyperextend his knee. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it so he's no longer a threat. This guy, on the other hand, it seemed like he never had control of the offender's body, the entire time. Because like I said, after he Happy Gilmore'd him in the driveway, the guy got up, the offender got up, Patrick got up and started running away again. But all the same time, he wasn't like running away. He was like It almost looked like he was engaging. And then there was one point where the officer he had him like this. So his hands were down like this. But behind, I can't do it. I hurt my shoulder at the gym today. But he was like that, right? And so the Patrick guy's arms were behind him like this, and it looked like he was reaching for the gun. And I'll be honest, it looked like he touched the officer's gun. At that point, I would have broke off. I would have kicked him right in the butt. Would have drew down and said, "You run, you done, homie." But no, they just kept fighting, and then unfortunately, the officer lost control of his taser. It became a threat. And I'll make this argument too, because a lot of people would try to use that argument that a taser isn't a deadly weapon. What we've covered in the past 2 years is a taser is in fact a deadly weapon if it's used by a police officer. A taser is not a deadly weapon if it's a police officer's taser that is being used on a police officer. Rayshard Brooks, or remember him in 2020. He was asleep in a Wendy's parking lot in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And the officers came up and they had a 30-minute conversation with him, super cordial and all that. He was released. Rayshard Brooks, career criminal, was released early on compassionate release because of COVID for like domestic assault or some shit like that. They get him out of the car. There's 2 officers there at that time. Rayshard Brooks was a big mamma jamma, right? So he's standing out there. He's talking with the 2 officers. They're being super cordial to each other, right? It's all captured on body cam. And they're like, "Hey, man, so, you committed a crime. You're drunk. We believe you're drunk. We're going to lock you up." And then they go to put him in handcuffs, and he resists them. And he beats the shit out of those 2 cops. And you got to give it to him. They kept coming. He, body slammed one cop, gave him a concussion. He took the taser off of the other one and tased him. The officer had taser marks on his arm, taser burns from getting tased with his own taser. He was all fucking loopy too. And then they're running away. And so you know what? It can still tase when it's just making impact like that. Or he took both officers' tasers. I don't know. And as Rayshard Brooks is running away, the officer is chasing him. Rayshard Brooks turns back, shoots the taser in the direction of the police officer. Police fires at Rayshard Brooks, and he's down. They charge those 2 officers using charging with capital murder. They charged those 2 officers saying that the use of force was unjustified because the taser wasn't a deadly weapon. And yet, I believe it was in Atlanta, just a few weeks earlier, they charged a police officer with use of a deadly weapon or assault with a deadly weapon for tasing someone sitting in a vehicle. So the reason why I said it's a deadly weapon if it's used on, or if an officer uses it, but not when an offender uses it against an officer when it's the officer's taser, is because that is the warped way of thinking that we now believe in America, apparently, based on those 2. That was a really long-winded example of how fucked we are as a country, if you didn't know. Still no live streams. Shit. Maybe a mellow night tonight, boys and girls. April or Adam, if you find them, you let me know, dudes. See if this one's live. Nope, video is private. That's someone that Adam sent me. It's gonna be it may be a quick night. But yeah, thank you guys for all the super chats. Did I miss more? Let me keep scrolling down. I don't know why it's not popping up on the screen. Oh shit, I did. Look at this one. What is this? What the chief of police said didn't help by saying he would have warned him more. Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, every single police officer on that department, just like I've never been a cop, okay? And I've never carried a taser and I've been tased, but I've never carried a taser as part of a job, even when I work security or armed security and none of that shit. Never carried a taser, okay? I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly warn that suspect more, because that's constantly what we can listen to the audio. I'm not going to play the fucking video, but we can listen to the audio, and you guys could be, and everyone can watch these too. If you go to citizenstringer.tv, watch, I'll do it and I'll show you. Fuck it. Fuck it. Where is it? Let me go over here. Watch, I'll show. Watch. Just hold on. I'm going to press some buttons and shit. What button was it? Bam, that one. So look, there's a very incredibly handsome fella right there, right? Yeah, I agree. I concur. All right, hold on. Let me find hey, why is it so hard to find the right fucking... It won't let me, it doesn't let me find me on this thing to... Whatever, fuck. It's the software. It's hard to use. I tell you what, you got to be smarter than the software. But if you go to Citizen Stringer TV, you can't watch this one because this is a live stream, and you got to be a member to watch a live stream. But if you click on where is it? Our shows. I'm going to change the title of that tomorrow. And you scroll all the way down here. You go to the daily news update. That's not it. Blah, blah, blah. I think it's under news briefs. Fuck, where are the news briefs? Oh, right here. All right. So here is the full, and this is free. You don't need a membership or anything. Here's the full press conference today with all the questions from the press. And then here is their, what the fuck is this? Wait, so where's the other? What in the shit? So where's the other fucking video? Was it not here today? I know I made it available. Let me double check something right here. Like watch content. Press conference, Grand Rapids. So where did I publish this to? Oh, I didn't select the fucking category. That was genius of me. All right, hold on. Let me save this. Bam. And now watch. If I refresh this page behind me, bam. Bam, scroll down. Shabam bam, right there. This is the body camera footage. I'm not going to show the whole damn thing because we're not going to be able to. Right? There. So here's where the officer pulls him over. All right? We'll show some of it. I'm not going to show all of it because we can't. But let me just make a full screen too so you can see. Let me fucking minimize my big ass fucking head. I guess I should have called this an episode of fucking I'm done. Look, you can see I'm fucking sweating. I should have turned up the A. I should have turned up the A up here. Anyway, so here's the body camera footage, all right? And I'm not going to show because we're live on social media, so I'm not going to show the moment he shot, okay? Because I don't want the video to be taken down. I don't want, descriptions or shit put on it. But here's a minute. And everything I just said is 100% accurate. For anyone that is curious, it's 100% accurate. 100%. All right, ready? Watch. So as you can see, just as I said, remember I said he pulled him over and immediately the guy jumped out of the car, okay? Oh yeah, I'm going to do play-by-play on this motherfucker. Yeah. Now, you can't hear what they're saying. You will hear it in a second on body camera footage. But this video is just going to show them running around and shit. But I'm going to play the whole thing, too. Because you guys fucking rock. All these super chats. Are we getting super yeets tonight? I should be watching that, too. Those are more important because I get all the commission. Yeah, Chrissy, you should be doing super yeets over on Citizen Stringer. Watch it from your computer browser. Citizen Stringer, or you can watch it on your phone too, but not through the app, because then you could send super yeets and I get 100% of it. None of that YouTube taking a third shit. So this is where he's looking inside for his ID. He's talking to the passenger of the vehicle, saying, "Hey, can you get my ID?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, where is it?" And he's like, "Yeah, right there. Go get it. Yeah. Yeah, go get that ID, huh?" Look, here it is. Here he starts fighting. Now watch. Boom. See that? Like, he stops for a second. Oh, shit. No. Sorry. Hold on. I got this fucking video cropped. You couldn't even see this. Happy Gilmore fucking got him. Couldn't even see it. Let me fix this. So oh, God, this fucking thing. Nope. This one. Why isn't it? It's not fucking long. Yeah, I locked it. Never mind though. Watch. So let me just make this. Oh, shit. I'm such a professional, right, guys? You're probably like, who is this guy? Move this over here because we want the whole fucking video. See these Happy Gilmores. Oh, there we go, right? That's a fucking full video right there. Full frame. Let's get that full frame. I did chug a Mountain Dew right before I left because my wife is like, "You're going to fall asleep driving." And I'm like, "No." All right, ready? So let me rewind just a few seconds. I'm going to chug a Mountain Dew right now. You can't even see it. You know why? Because the screens. Oh, I'm fucking chugging my drink. Hold on. Watch that. All right, let me get out of the way. Let me get out of the way. Which way is out of the way? Fuck. I mean, that was a good takedown right there. Passenger opens the door. Officer still fighting with him. Neighbor comes out. That's why you see it blocked off right there, because the neighbor came out of the house. Boom. Officer give him some knees. Try to get him to comply. He's on his back. Trying to get him to comply still. Patrick is fighting. He's a fighter. Officer still has top control. He's calling for help right there immediately. He can't answer. He's fighting him. Patrick's up. This is that point where you'll see it. In the other video, you'll see it. Looks like he's grabbing at his gun. We're going to stop frame by frame on this son of a bitch. Now everything else that you're going to see, you won't see anything. It's all off frame, but I'm going to keep the audio on. Everything that happens next is all off frame. And now, but you see his passenger. The passenger is getting out. He's pulling out his phone to record. He's like concrete reporting in Seattle, where he just shows the ground most of the time. I missed another super chat. Let me find that one too. That's Chrissy again. Holy fuck. Holy shit, girl. Thank you. So now you see this guy's out. He's got his phone, but he's being lazy when he's recording it. And you'll hear all his commentary. My commentary was on point too. Chris said he can't figure out how to do Super Yeets. You got to be logged in through the web. Citizenstringer.tv. And then you could do it down at the bottom. There's a little dollar sign. I'll show you in a second. Someone said I saw the whole video. Good shoot. Yeah. I mean, we'll watch the whole video here up until the shooting point.
How many cars you got going?
There. There's the car. That's the gunshot.
6 in total.
Put the Mountain Dew on your head, said Lee in the chat. What?
Is this car still in Nelson and Greg?
I'm not sure if we even got any Super Yeets. It doesn't appear so. I'm not seeing any.
1915. I was just involved in shooting.
Yeah.
Nelson Greg.
He said I was involved in the shooting. See,
1915, 10-4, Nelson and Griggs.
it's green, obviously. That's why you can't see it. Am I sure I don't want to be a sports monitor? I don't know what that means. Brad sent a $5 Super Yeet. Thank you, dude.
1920
Oh, I can tell this way. Bam.
1610 was your subject, the access to any weapons and which way you face.
Oh, hell yeah. We had a new yearly member show up today. Thank you. Also, shout out to Clyde with the $2 Super Yeets. We got Misty with a $25 Super Yeet. Clyde with another $2. And who's this? Jessica with a $2 run. Yeah, Brad with a 5-spotter. Thank you, guys. Super Yeets are on our own streaming platform because we're badass and we created our own streaming platform. No one can take us down. Someone said the officer is doing his job 100%. I mean, I agree. I don't know what else you expect the officer to do. All right, so let me give a little bit of background real quick. So this is the body camera footage from the officer. Now, let me explain something. And I learned this today during the press conference. The body camera footage you're going to see, I'm sweating. Hold on, let me go turn on the air. Stand by. They may have to come. I don't think there's air in this bag. No, it is. Not fun. Like, you see that shit? I'm sweating up in here. It was set at 70. It shouldn't be this fucking hot. Dog did eat my shoes, and they were my Freedom Industry shoes, too. Really nice fucking shoes. All right, so let me give some background on what's going to go happen here, because you're going to see the body camera footage actually stops. And the reason why it stopped is because apparently when a body camera is, the on-off button is pressed and held for 3 seconds, which it was during this struggle, you know, when he was on the subject's back, it apparently shut off the body camera. And you could see that during the fight, and that's the explanation why the body camera footage shut off. So just so everyone knows. And the audio will turn on in a minute.
Hey, stay in the car! Stay in the car!
Right from the beginning.
Stay in the car!
Non-compliant.
Get in the car! Dude, I'm stopping you. You have a license?
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a license?
Odima.
For what?
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
What that?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes.
Can I see your license?
What do you want?
The plate doesn't belong on this car. Do you have a license or no? Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's in the car.
Get it for me.
What do you want?
The plate does not belong on this car.
Amen. Let me know what I thought.
Jimmy, send me an email. I'll look into it. Jimmy on YouTube. See,
No. Stop.
see, like right here, you know, man, he's already made up his mind. He closes the door. Man, my reenactment was on point, wasn't it? Wasn't it? My reenactment was on point.
Stop. Put your hands right. Stop. 1915. You got one running. Northbound.
Shabow.
Stop. Stop.
Okay. Damn.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Get your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Hands behind your back.
Okay.
Get your hands behind your back.
Okay.
1950. Start with more cars.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop resisting.
The officer's gassed. His cardio's like mine. See? And he grabbed that taser.
Let go of the taser.
What's the problem?
Let go of the taser.
And then that's where the body camera footage shuts off. All right. Because like I said, obviously he's making pressure. The body camera was shut off at that point. But as you can see, I mean, there's a couple of things. We could go by the play-by-play if you really want to. There's a couple of things here that, one, you could hear I wonder if the officer has asthma because he gassed quick. And granted, I mean, he was in a fight for his life, but he had some serious wheezing going on. But some of the other things here, when the suspect starts running away, you could tell, like, I mean, if I said they may watch this video as training for people, but I wonder if criminals will watch this video and be like, this is why you need to invest in a belt. Because you can't properly run away from an officer of the law when your pants are falling down past your ass. See, and that's the point where it appears to me, watch this.
Stop. Put your hands right in chest. Stop.
Like at that point, this guy's fighting him. I mean, clearly he's been fighting him the whole time, but this guy is fighting him, and that's where, I've seen too many people do that, where they're getting ready to punch you, so they start yoking up on their pants, and then he's like, no, fuck that. Oh, and then he's also wearing sandals, I think, or Birkenstocks or some shit.
You got one running. North, south.
Boom! Happy Gilmore's them. Anyway, and so then they fight. And the camera goes out. Okay, so the next one is a surveillance video from across the street, right? So you do see a lot in this, but I don't think. I think the actual shooting is kind of back. It's going to be by my head, and probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this and block it when it does become time. But. Well, I want you to be able to watch this, but obviously I can't show that. We're on social media. I don't want them to age restrict the video because I think it's important that people see what's actually happening and see a different perspective. And a lot of times if it's age restricted, it's not promoted or anything. But watch. Okay, so here we go. Tonight. Nope, not that one. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold too, boys and girls. Aha, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Boom, watch this tackle. Boom, gets him right there. It's the distortion from the security cameras why the some of the houses look weird. See, as you see, the man in the white t-shirt came out of the neighborhood, his home. They're fighting in the driveway. Still fighting. The guy did say something about a black man, something. All right, and so there, you obviously just heard the gunshot. And the audio from this security camera is great. So far away. Then backup is coming now. So this is the next video, okay? So, Trish said, have you seen the surveillance video from the Capitol on January 6th? Police allowing them in plain as day. Yeah, we've all seen it. We saw it the day it happened. I had, what I have, 15,000 people watching that live with me. Yeah, we saw it happen. I had 3 camera crews on the ground there. Yeah. We're not even talking about that. So, Trish, if you're not familiar with what we're watching or who I am or anything, probably don't comment because I'll target you. I'll target you in my speech. All right, so viewer discretion advised. Next video, it's pretty rough. You're going to see him fight. You're going to see it pretty damn close. Some of the times, I'm going to do my best to block out. Actually, I'm going to do my best. This fucking software, because I can't, like with this video, I can't pause it. So watch. Officer walks away. He's already done. He's already in shock too. The neighbor's gone too. Watch. You'll see the neighbor's already out here. And here's another thing. Like you ask all the other things that could have been done to change this situation. Maybe if this fucking neighbor decided to help the officer, the person who he pays taxes for to employ, if that guy helped this officer, this man might possibly have been alive today. And everything else that happened today may have been done. You know what I mean? And that's what's frustrating. Someone said it seems like he's a rookie. He's not a rookie. They haven't publicly released his name, but his name's out there. I know who it is. He's not a rookie. Anyway. I'm going to do my best to stop this right before the shooting.
Don't go him like that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. I'm a black man, too.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, see, this guy is saying, I'm a black man too. I know, just do what he's saying. That's what the guy just said. That's fucking important. But the question still says, why didn't you help?
Yeah. You're paying judge, you good. Like, yo.
Put your hands behind your back.
Don't go him like that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. I'm a black man, too.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
1915. Start with some more cars.
Okay.
How can you just sit there? There's no way in hell I could sit there and watch an officer struggling to put someone. Just couldn't.
He said he's good, but man, yo, what's up, man?
Look, watch his hand. Oh, fuck, you can't see it. Hold on. This is important. This goes to what I was saying. Watch this. Watch his hand. Option. Watch his hand. Fuck, I was really cutting out a lot of this video, wasn't I? Oh, shit. Let me just make it smaller. Bam. Bam. Fucking stupid overlays. All right, ready? Watch up at the top. Watch up here. That's important to watch. Because I swear his hand goes right on that gun. Look. Look it. And then it cuts out because this camera guy.
Stop resisting.
No, you good now.
What's he saying to his buddy?
Stop.
Okay.
What'd he say? Let me get the keys?
1915. Start with some more cars.
Okay.
No, he said he's good, but man, yo, what's up, man?
Stop.
Okay.
Stop resisting.
No, he good now, resisting nothing, bro.
What is he saying? What is he saying?
Resisting nothing, bro.
I want to know what he's saying so bad. He's from Sudan, so that's probably Sudanese. I want to know what he's saying.
Okay.
Stop resisting.
No, he good now, resisting nothing, bro.
It sounds like he's saying, get the key. Doesn't it? And that's the taser.
Okay, why you gotta do all that, bro? He good, man.
And then you see here, he's definitely got the taser in his hand. See, and now he's wrestling with the taser.
Let go of the tape.
No, like he good. Like you can talk to him, bro.
Like, no, he can't. The dude is fighting him. It's clear. And the thing that's crazy to me is the guy who just said, no, you can talk to him, bro. He's the guy that's filming this. So he sees this live. He knows what's going to happen. And I almost feel like he knows what's going to happen because he doesn't talk much after this.
Yeah. Like he good, bro. Like, can you talk to him like good? Like, can you? Yeah. Stop grabbing him like that. No, he good, like for real. Yo, you hit him too. Look at that shit, bro.
Let go of the taser.
No, he ain't grab no taser. I see that.
Let go of the taser.
1610, how many cars you got?
All right, and that's where I'm going to stop it. So, I'll play just for a second. As you can see, he has his hand around his neck. He possibly has the taser arm, so the arm of the guy, or this Patrick guy, because when they were fighting the other way, he had the taser in his right hand, and so the officer could be reaching with his left hand to control that right hand of Patrick as he's drawing his weapon. And we heard him. How many times did he say, "Let go of the taser"? 6, 7 times. I'm not going to show this shit, just so you know. I'm going to play it just for a second, and then I'm skipping it.
Yeah, go on.
Guns out, and then you could hear the urgency in his voice, but I'm not going to play it. And then this arm that you see, this comes out, goes on the back, boom, shot to the back of the head. Watch, you'll see. Boom. And then right here, the arm comes back. I see it, and again, I'm not there. So I think at this point, but then again, the guy that's, Patrick is already getting up at that point. You know what I mean? He's on knees. He's not flat on his stomach. He's on the knees. So maybe the officer at this point, he knows he's got his guns out. What I think is he made a determination at that time. He's losing this battle and he needs to stop the threat. And so he draws his firearm. But the thing is, he didn't say like, I'm going to shoot you or something like that. You would think that, he would say that because you hear officers say that all the time right before a deadly shooting. I'm going to shoot you. Stop. I'm going to shoot because, he didn't. He had him there. He pulled out his gun. He puts it there. He props himself up, probably with the butt of the gun to free his left arm. He places his left arm on the shoulder as he's getting up. And then, he shoots him. And then after he shoots him, that's it. I'm not playing any more of the video because, I can't. And because we're on social media. But that's exactly what happens. He pulls his gun, he puts his hand on his shoulder and he puts the gun, I guess probably on the back of the neck, and then probably uses the butt of the gun. Yeah, what am I going to do? I'm going to use a real gun to demonstrate? Fuck off, Steve. But he uses the gun to push off, frees this arm, uses that arm, straightens and shoots, and then pushes off of, actually he doesn't push off because at that point Patrick goes limp on the ground and the threat is over, and he still has the taser. So what do you do? What do you do? I would really like to hear anybody in the chat right now, and I don't want people to yell at you. If anybody thinks that this cop should have done something different, please let me know in the chat on social media. Okay, let me know in the chat. And any April or any of my other YouTube mods, anyone that gives anybody shit right now, if you're longtime viewers or not, just get rid of them because I want to hear what other people think. What else could this officer do? We all just watched this together. What else could he have done? What else could he have done? Someone said should be able to use a chokehold and this wouldn't have happened. That's true. That's true. You know, but we don't know if the chokehold was banned in this area. Someone said, I think the cop is justified. Someone said Alec Baldwin, whatever. Once on Smash Media said, I'll be honest, bro, what the cop did was too much. He should have kept him down until backup came, bro. Yeah, but how? You already could see the officer couldn't keep him down. He doesn't know how far backup is. Backup, the dispatcher isn't saying, hey, officer, whatever his name is, we got officers 10 seconds away. Keep fighting, officer, 10 seconds away, 10 seconds. You don't hear anything. This officer has no idea what's going on. Plus, you got to remember, too, he knows because he tackled him in the neighbor's yard. He knows the neighbor's out. He knows that the camera guy is progressing on them. He sees them. He knows that. He knows that this threat isn't just, you got to figure for the officer, the threat's not just the suspect. The threat's not just this guy who he's clear. Whoops. I made myself disappear. The threat is clearly not just the guy that he's fighting there. The threat is also the other people around. What was the guy yelling? Get the key, get the key. Is that code word for something? I don't understand what he was saying there. But what else? Someone said, can cops shoot unarmed resistors in legs? Yeah, but cops, you're not trained to shoot someone in the legs. Haven't you ever taken a concealed carry course? Real question. Someone said, can cops shoot people in the legs? Right here. This one. Can cops shoot unarmed resistors in the legs? That should disable most. For one, there's videos out there where you could see what happens when a police officer fires non-lethal, so shoots in the arms and legs and even lower torso. There's one guy that I think had 10 bullet wounds in him before he finally dropped when he was charging at an officer with a knife. But they don't train you to shoot. And even when you do a concealed carry course, are they saying, okay, line up. Okay, now aim for his right toe. No, center mass. That's where they're teaching you to shoot. That's how all these officers are taught. They're not told that the gun is a disabler. The gun, that's not what a gun's for. That's why you have non-lethals. That's why you have tasers and pepper sprays and batons. A gun is meant to permanently stop the threat. And that's why police officers use it. I knew a buddy of mine who's a canine officer down in Florida. He's been on the job 20 years, has never had to use his firearm. He doesn't think he's going to be able to use it, and likely not. We moved away a year ago, and I think there's been like 50 homicides in that town already. So he's probably not going to be able to do it. Someone said, did he call for backup? Yeah, Carol, weren't you listening? He did like 17 times. He called for backup. They kept trying to find out where he was. They knew where he was based on his location, and you could hear all the other sirens coming. Brenda said the cop had no other choice. Bonnie said if he's going to lose, then he could have let him run. Yeah, but you can't. You don't. And even at this point, you got to figure this guy has a deadly weapon. This guy has a deadly weapon. And even at this point in this picture right here, this Patrick guy is not flat on the ground. This is prior to him being shot. This is him actively fighting this police officer and winning. It may look like the police officer's winning because he's on his back. No. If you've never actually been in hand-to-hand combat with someone, you don't understand. To have someone like this, when you've been wrestling with them on the ground for a long time, that means that you're not winning. That means that this person overpowers you and they're able to get back up. Because we all saw a few seconds before this, he had him sprawled out on the ground. So you can't say that you could just let this guy go up, because what happens at that point? You have to, and I already said that. I ran through it in the beginning. What if the officer just, backed off, so used his weight and everything to push, the offender down, back off with his gun. And then, and then if Patrick got up and turned towards him and started running with the taser, boom, then but again, we're not there. It's super easy to judge other ways of dealing with this consequence or dealing with this without actually knowing how you would deal with it. You know what I mean? It's like you ever make a decision in your life that it may have not been the right decision at the time because there may have been easier ways to go about something, but you knew you had to do it in that split second. That's this type of scenario. You can go back and think of all different ways, and I'm sure this officer's doing it right now. I'm sure he's going back and he's trying to, I bet he's done it since the 4th when this happened. Every single night, thought of different ways that this could have went down. Someone said it's more of a failure on backup for more officers. I agree. I agree. One of the members of the press asked the chief of police during the press conference, why wasn't he with 2 officers? And you know, the chief of police did a good job not saying, and I haven't looked into Grand Rapids. April, this is something for you to look into. April, if you're still watching, if you could look up, did Grand Rapids do anything with their police budget? Have they had a shortfall of staff or anything in the past year or two? That'd be interesting to find out too. Because if they did, you know, if they were subject to this whole defund the police or you know, lessen the budget and all that stuff, that could play into part on why an officer is riding solo. But in fact, officers all across the country, officers in my towns all ride solo. It's very rare during the day, and usually they're training someone, but they ride solo. At night they're riding solo. All the sheriffs and everybody around here ride solo. You know, because it's budgets, it's budgetary expenses and all that stuff. You know? He already had him on the ground. On Smash Media, we're all watching the same thing, bud. You can't really make another argument against what you could make other arguments and say, like, oh, maybe you should have pushed off and did that. But you can't. But here's the thing. You have to put yourself into that situation. If you've ever been in a fight, okay, here's the best example on Smash Media. You probably haven't, because I don't know which way you lean politically, but if you're on the left, you probably fight like this, and that's not real fighting. But have you ever been in a fight, right? Here's the best analogy. Have you ever watched Sherlock Holmes? You know in Sherlock Holmes where he's like left kick to the left thigh, blah, 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 and he breaks down how he's going to attack his attacker before he attacks the attacker. That's not real life. It's not real life. You know what that comes with? Training and training and training and training. People don't say, okay, like when I get ready, like if I'm in a fight with someone, I don't sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna jab, punch right, uppercut, knee him in the balls, gouge his eyes out. I don't play in that. What I do is I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up, and I'm gonna use whatever method I can to stop that person and stop that threat. Whatever legal means. When you look at use of force statistics and you're allowed to stop someone with either the same or an elevated use of force. There's no other use of force that could be permitted here besides this. You know, in terms of use of force. Now, we all could make the argument. He could have pushed off. He could have held back. He could have shot him in the leg. He could have shot him in the shoulder. He could have shot him in the lower back. He could have done a lot of other things, but we're not viewing in the eyes of he could have done this. We're viewing in what is legal. Okay? And he himself is probably doing it. But here, you know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Someone said not aim for the head. Well, he again fighting for the threat. He's looking to end the threat. They let him go like the leftist DAs are gone too. And by the way, this guy was, and granted, I don't know if he knew this, but there's now reports that this guy had charges. And again, actually, I'm not even going to say that because I haven't confirmed the source. But apparently, someone with the same name may have been assaulting, pregnant females too. Prior to all this. Someone said improper training, bro. On Smash Media said improper training. Well, I mean, we all watch the same thing. I would say yes. I would agree with you. Improper training. He doesn't know how to fight. This police officer doesn't know how to fight. I'm a firm believer. If you wear that badge and you wear that uniform every day, you should be on your spare days, your days off. In all reality, what you should do is be working a 40-hour week and then getting paid for 48, because 8 hours of every single week, you're in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you're in Muay Thai, you're in, Krav Maga, you're in all sorts of specialized training. So that way you are the peak physical fitness. Like that's the thing I hate the most, where you see out of shape police officers. They may be great people. They shouldn't be on the street though. The police officers that should be on the street should be the biggest, strongest, most lethal, capable force that's out there. That's how you stop threats. This guy, obviously, he was out of shape. He was wheezing. Maybe he's asthmatic. Maybe he had some allergies going on, with this scenario this day. I don't know. But he clearly didn't have a lot of training and, the grounded pound thing. He could have been, hitting him, fucking elbowing him on the back of the head, going for knockouts. There's so many things he could have done. He could have squared up with him. He could have been tackling. When the guy turned around, you fucking square up with him, knock him in the face. Do what you got to do. There's so many other things. But was this legal or not legal? Or justified or not justified is the actual question that it should be. Let me scroll a little bit. Knee kicks to the kidney. He already did that, Mario. He did that in the beginning. You can, he already did that in the,
She ain't nothing, bro. Bro, yo, what's up, bro?
watch, I'll show you.
Stay in the.
250.
Now watch, you'll see it here. Oh wait, they're still fighting. This is too early.
Hey, Greg.
Everyone. 1915, watch.
Like watch, when he tackles him here behind me. Oh shit, let's go over there. Fuck, it's too small now. Gotta keep resizing all this shit all the time. Fucking annoying. All right, let me just do that. When they go over here in this corner, oh, fuck, man, it's all fucking backwards too. Watch. It's my mouse.
Yeah, we're on it. North, south.
Boom. He tackles him. The guy gets right back up.
One running northbound, additional units Nelson and Griggs.
Gets right back up. Officer starts using knee kicks, you know, the kidney kicks, whatever. Bam. Knocks him down. It works. This guy gets right back up, though. Boom. Kneeing him again. Trying to control. He's got his back. He's probably trying to choke him out, but then he's like, shit, can't choke. What else do we do? Guy gets right back up. I mean, you have to be realistic and say he's already fought. He's already had all this conflict. You can make the arguments and say, well, he should have just been let go. He should have just realized, okay, this guy's going to overpower me and let him run away. We'll catch him later. But that's not what happens in real life. That's called wishful thinking if you think that's what's going to happen. Chokehold is not allowed in this town. Someone else said, unconfirmed. Cops are trained for 60 seconds to live fight. He was at the end of his 60 seconds. That is true. Did your dog seriously eat your shoe? Yeah, I know. The Freedom Industry ones. My favorite shoe. I put that on Twitter. You guys see it? Fucking sucks. They were expensive shoes too. They were like $90. Really comfy though. I wanted them to sponsor me too. They never emailed me back. Buttholes. Cops got your dope. Said might have a little experience. LOL. Yeah. Wait, did you used to watch my show or do I know you? Cops got your dope. Do I know you? Did you used to watch our riot stuff? I don't remember. Your name's familiar. I may have watched your show. He was armed with a taser. Shooting at the legs is nutty. Yeah, I know. Let me scroll. There's too many fucking comments. Got a lot of people watching. They do need Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training. Yeah, I agree. Hey, so we have a lot of people watching on YouTube right now. Let me see something. How many super chats can we get in 5 minutes? Come on. Is that going to work? No? Oh, whatever. The officer gave the perpetrator plenty of opportunities to cooperate. When the perpetrator got a hold of his taser, he feared for his life. From an outsider, shooting seems justified. Said a YouTuber. I'm not saying your names just so people don't start trolling you and shit like that. Patriots United on YouTube said, why fight a cop? Never ends well. No, it never does. Chris said, I only said what I would have done. And I don't really know, man. Dave O'Day said, no, let him go. Just wait for backup when more cops can help. Cops got your dope. Said, I'm a police chief, 15 years in the profession. Cops got your dope. Send me an email, bro. Can I do a live ride along with you? Cameras and all? Live stream that shit? Like live PD, but real? Like we won't censor shit? Come on, seriously. I'll live stream it out. My whole viewership. Shit, I'll travel out there every other week. We'll do it every other week. Come on. Let's get famous. Someone said, gain control of your taser or gun. It's lethal force all day. Yes, sir. Alpha Omega Survival Supply said the cop should have left him standing outside his car at taser point until backup arrived or tased him as soon as he ran. That's what he did. Alpha Omega Survival Supply. And I'm not going to keep playing it over and over, but you guys can all watch this. It's on citizenstringer.tv. It's free. You don't need a membership or anything. Go over to our shows, scroll down to news briefs, and you'll see this. You can watch this yourself. You could see he used the taser. Taser didn't work. In fact, when he tried to use the taser as the guy was running away, the guy turned around, grabbed the taser, and essentially fought him until he gained control of the officer's taser. Clayton Burge said any form of combat training. Mandy said, be like Steve, LOL. Susan with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Sherry said, it's interesting how we always second guess the cop and not the criminal. You know, and I get that argument, and I get that, but no, because everyone's first intuition is, at least a rational person, I would think, when you watch this the first time, you're like, hey, don't run from police. I mean, that's the first thing I thought. You know, don't run from police. And I'll be honest, I give police the benefit of the doubt. You know, every time, until I'm proved wrong. They get the benefit of the doubt. So when I hear a police shooting, I don't think the police officer is automatically in the wrong. I never do. I always think that the offender is in the wrong. And then typically we look for videos to prove otherwise. This video, I'll be honest, I tweeted it out. I said, this sucks. This video is rough, because it is. But what else could the officer do? I mean, and realistically speaking, what else could the officer do? You know, what if that was your son, the officer? What if that was your son and he's in a fight for his life? Trish said, did the dude have a record? Do we know anything about him before all this happened? No, yes, he had a record, but we go off what the officer would have conceivably known. We don't know if the officer knew he had a record. Yes, you know, from what people are saying now in social media, you know, influencers saying is, yeah, he had a record for assaulting a pregnant woman. Yeah. Deb said he could have taxed the cop, took his gun, and cop's dead. Cop. Yeah. Someone said they don't have to be huge, just skilled at ground skills. That's true as well. Someone said lethal, so lethal right off the bat. Hungry Camel, you, and I know where that was like 5 minutes ago, but you caught what I said, right? Because I said it right immediately. So like I finished what I said. I said capable of being lethal. Capable, because how many times have you seen an officer that's completely out of shape that can't chase down a suspect? Or an officer, like imagine someone's in cardiac arrest. I remember one time we had someone that was in cardiac arrest. We had to go up 3 flights. There were no elevators. Can you imagine an officer that's 100 pounds overweight trying to run up three flights of stairs? No, it doesn't happen. You know, and we had to go all the way up the 3 flights of stairs, perform, you know, CPR, and then continue to do compressions as we're bringing the person down on the stretcher, and they still died anyway. But yeah, I mean, you know, someone said, world famous fart, nice name, said, then pay most of these capable cops better to incentivize that peak conditioning. No, I would agree. I would agree with you. The only way you're gonna have this is a thing that's so crazy. And I remember during the riots of 2020, one of the Austin police officers that we were watching during the live protest there, the officer, you know, everyone's like, why aren't you guys adequately trained to be able to stop threats and this and that? Like, don't you, like, you should be going to training and the officer's like, don't you think we want to be able to go to more training? That you're literally pushing to defund the police. How do you think this training is acquired? You think the training is free? You think we can afford to pay for that training on top of the salary we get? You know, the officers would love more training. It's just like firefighters. That's all we did is train. We were off, we were on a call, or we were training pretty much nonstop. That's what we did. Our entire 24-hour shifts. Trained off, because you wouldn't get any sleep anyway. Because the second you try to fall asleep, you get a fucking call. So half the time we wouldn't sleep. That's what you do. And that's probably what cops do too. I'm not a cop, never been a cop. Pag said jujitsu. Spicy said bad guys shouldn't be let out. That's a leftist takeover ploy. What? All right. 100K said training is always geared towards optics, not survival. Well, it seems like it would be too. The department should look for athletes to hire. I think they do. They look for veterans. They look for a bunch of people. Tracy said justified. Vianney on YouTube said justified. Danima Rose said justified. Curtis said don't run. Don't run and you stay alive. Julia said, you're too swole, Steve. I wasn't this big when I was on the fire department. It wasn't until I started having all the PTSD issues and anger management shit that I really started kicking ass at the gym. I was still a big dude, but I wasn't this big. Benjamin, he knew what he was doing. His speech is because he's from the Congo. That's correct. Chris, he said, wait, dogs ate shoes. Yes, my dogs ate my Freedom Industries running shoes. Cops should all use tranquilizers for all I care. Okay. It's me, DJ G said 100%. I'm really behind in the comments. Chrissy with a $50 super chat said, sorry, mystery of kids' shoes have been solved finally. Ha ha. Yeah, these dogs definitely ate the kids' shoes because we never found them. And here's the thing, like it's partly my fault because yesterday my wife is like, what is this? And she held it up and she's like, this is your shoelace off of my shoes. And I'm like, what the fuck? They were eating my shoelaces. And so I was like, whatever. So I put the shoes like under this like ottoman thing that we have. And I put them there because I figured the dogs are like, nah, they fucking dug it out and chewed it all up. Ruined my fucking shoes. Sucks. Cops got your dope said this will turn into what a reasonable officer would do. This is justified. So here's my question. Cops got your dope because you've been around for a long time. Do you think that this officer will be charged? I think that a jury would find him not guilty. But do you think that they will feel the political pressure, especially because it's Michigan, that they'll charge him? Even if a chokehold is illegal, do it anyway. Suspect is still alive. Officer gets a slap on the wrist. On Smash Media, again, on Smash Media must be a blind fella. Said the cop was on top of him and had him on the ground. Again, you clearly just can't, believe your own eyes. Because we all watch the same damn video. I'm not going to keep replaying it over and over, but we all watch the same video. The cop, yes, had his back. He had back control. This suspect got up fucking 15 times. Every single time the officer took him down, this guy got right back up without an issue whatsoever. We all saw that. Susan with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Alpha Omega Survival Supply said, the cop was on top. He had control of the situation. It's not going to be good, I don't think. I think it's clear you don't think Alpha Omega Survival Supply. Cops got your fan said, I'm not a fan. It's a tool, but not a guarantee to stop a threat. Yeah. Tasers are total crap. Yeah, I agree. Because I'll be honest, when I got tased, I didn't go down. But I was also like super adrenaline. We did it for fun. but I was all like working out and all that stuff. April said, they're arguing that cop had control. That's a long way from control. I've had inmates in handcuffs that were not controlled. Hell, cops get shot by people in handcuffs. That's true. Dim Tool said that dude stunned him. He could take his gun. Yeah. Officers use all non-lethal last resort to stop before lethal. I agree. Yeah. Cops got your dope said, I have no issues pointing out a bad officer. Officers hate nothing more than crooked officers. Yep. He didn't have control at all, said cops got your dope. Yeah, damn straight he didn't. Anyone that's actually fought, anyone that's taken any martial arts classes or anything like that, you're not the people. Like the Omega survival person and then this other bozo that's talking on here, I'm guessing you don't have any actual like combat type experience in terms of like combat fighting. You don't have the experience. He didn't have control of him at any point. I would say at any point he didn't have control because the suspect was much bigger than him and much stronger, clearly. How about being that no capital punishment crime has been committed rather than diffuse the situation rather than answer to God for taking someone's life? I don't even know where you're going with that, buddy. The officer's always going to have to deal with that. Always. It's never going to go away. Someone said, we all watched the ending. What started it? Well, we all watched that too. You just missed it. So what started this whole thing is the fact that he pulled him over. Actually, well, you want to watch real quick? I'm not going to watch the whole fucking thing again because I don't care to. But we'll watch real quick. Look, this is the start. This is the beginning right here.
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Nelson and Griggs.
Now, what you can see here, he pulls him over. Suspect pulls over. Watch right here. He's talking to him. He's like, get in the car. And then you see him point towards the back. Watch. I think he already did it. Watch.
Stay in the car!
Watch.
Nelson and Griggs.
He points right there. The license plates don't belong to the vehicle. Because he's already run the license plates. He knows they don't belong to this vehicle, which is a precursor for one, either the license plates don't belong to that vehicle and it's an innocent mistake, or the vehicle's likely stolen. Which one do you think it is? They haven't said whether it's stolen or not, but normally good law-abiding people don't put dead license plates on a vehicle because you know you're going to get pulled over. So that's what started it. That's what started the whole thing, was essentially a traffic violation and then a resisting arrest, repeated resisting, and then violent resisting arrest with violence, and then fleeing from an officer, and then assault on an officer, and then what else? I don't know what else you would have. Don't ride dirty, license plates matter, someone said. Can't even chase a rolling donut up an incline, someone said. I don't know what the fuck that means. Buildings are damaged in downtown Michigan. Maybe. I didn't see any when I was watching this. Small Boats TV said, as long as we have police unions, there will never be a solution. Paid and protected to be mediocre, said Small Boats TV. I mean... maybe. I don't know. Cots got your dope, said don't get me started on training. Midnight Rider. Not at the police academy I went to. You have to maintain 21 feet at traffic stops, someone said. For the record, I'm not saying the cop was unjustified. I'm just saying I don't think it could be. I don't think it'll be seen as unjustified. Well, that's not what I asked. I asked what you think. I don't have to outrun people to survive. I just have to trip a couple of people along the way. Wait, that's zombies. Okay, April, you made me laugh. I think Steve said the officer had marks on him from the taser. Not sure. No, that was the Atlanta officer. That wasn't this officer. We don't know anything about this. Cops Got Your Dope predicts that this officer will not be charged based on what he's seen. I hope you were right, sir. Ben Crump is already in effect. Yes, he is. Which isn't surprising. What this should teach us is we need to have proper funding for police departments and then make sure the funding is used from bottom up, starting with training. No need to spend so much money on salary pencil pushers at the top end. I would agree. Cops Got Your Dope said get someone on drugs. A taser is pointless. Trying to get caught up here. Cops Got Your Dope said fight me for 5 minutes and I bet you wish you had a gun. LOL. Mike said, cops are allowed to one-up the escalation. That's how we ensure they go home alive from their job. That is true. Ethel it gave me a super chat before. I don't know if I called it out. I appreciate that. And I think Nana did a super yeet before. And I didn't call it out because I was talking at that very second and then I forgot. But thank you, everyone, for contributing on Citizen Stringer TV. Those are 100% my profits. So I really appreciate it. Cops Got Your Dope said immediate threat coming out of the car on a stop. Absolutely. That's literally what they tell you not to do. Tina Savage on Facebook said Midnight Rider Johnson, I would have to yell if I was in interview stance with someone at 21 feet. That is true as well. He didn't follow one order except pulling over. That is true. Ray Bay with a, what is this? Super chat. I love when Steve roasts people for not paying attention. Yes, I do that quite often. It's good. Good for you. Someone else is saying on Smash, you're giving an opinion on a situation that wasn't happening. Officer was losing, not in control. That's why Steve called out from my understanding. That is absolutely 100% correct. Only a Mr. Bill said, people should assume they're on camera and just behave. Yes, said like a streamer. Only Mr. Bill, you are right. The Chowsden something said, oh, the bad word anarchists will always take the side of the perp. You know, but if you think about how our chat is, like I asked just people not to be mean to anybody, and maybe my mods are just banning everybody that is, but you guys are you're being awesome in the chat, and I appreciate you for doing that. I really do. I appreciate everyone that's on social media being awesome in the chat, because it's very rare that we get that. Now let me go through some of these Citizen Stringer comments. Someone said, why, Tracy was busy. Someone said, why didn't the passenger talk his friend down? Bad friend. Yeah, I would agree. Someone said grand jury. Someone else, Michelle, said yes, the officer will be charged, but I bet his verdict will be, or I pray his verdict will be found innocent. Christine said, I've talked to so many military people who have no choice to kill someone. They have PTSS. Peterson said it was a fight. The cop defended himself. When you pick a fight with anyone, you don't have what they have to defend themselves. You don't run unless you have something to hide, someone else said. I wonder if the Tox report would show. I know, that's one of the things I was thinking too. It did look like he was, but he was, he spoke English as a second language. Maybe that's what the major dilemma was. What the fuck? Am I like sweating on one like it's wet and it's not drying? Fucking weird. I must just be sweating like right there. It's just fucking odd to me. That's why I wear black shirts all the time. I sweat all the time. I think my hat's starting to show condensation. It's hot as balls in here. YouTube, get rid of, or YouTube mods, get rid of that spam thing in there, please. It may be on the Citizen Stringer one, April. You may have to search for it. But someone said, this is how I know it wasn't a false flag. Media has been yes within a day. Stop with that false flag shit. We're not doing that stuff today. I'm not in the mood. Someone said do a call-in show. Fuck, no, it's 11 o'clock at night. Are you kidding me? But yeah, seriously, I know we have quite a few officers in here, especially if you're, high ranking like a chief or something. If you guys want to do a ride along, it doesn't matter if it's in a boring department, a small department. I want to set up ride-alongs where we can go and just cover, an actual full shift, start to finish, live stream the entire fucking thing. We'll shut it off. We'll turn off mics when we need to be, or put the cameras down. But I want to get, what it's like to be an officer. And what I would like to do is what I planned on doing for a long time, except none of the police departments would do it. Well, yes, I take that back. Some of the police departments would do it, but it was all after COVID, once COVID faded away, and then they're like, yeah, we could do it. And then two of the departments, the city councils apparently said, fuck no, we're not letting that guy here doing that. I've already got all the bulletproof vests and all that stuff. I'm good to go. I'll sign any waiver you guys want. But send me an email. If you are a police officer and you can arrange that, send me an email. I'll even make a big donation to your police department. Or whatever I got to do legally to be able to do it, because I would love to be able to do that. But yeah, that's it. Send me an email, social at citizenstringer.com. Anyone, because it would be good just to see what it's like for, the real look at the success of Ramsey County Sheriff there, Bob Fletcher. Look at his success and just how many people watch every single night, and just to see what it's really like and to see good officers out there. It's amazing. Last I heard, they had a new suspect, so I figured it would be some Russian dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone said, as a training officer, I would say yes, but your department may have some weird rule I don't know about. Someone else said, I'm calling the New York subway a major distraction. I say this because it's so convenient as to the gun belt. That's so stupid. It's so stupid. Use it. This is what I ask. This is what I ask of anybody that wants to think false flags and say false flags. Just please, just try to use your brain. That's it. Just try to use your brain. I know it's hard to do. Sometimes it's so easy just to blame shit on false flags. It's so easy just to blame stuff on other, but just try to use your brain. Just stop with the false flag. Stop saying, oh, well, something's convenient, that's why it occurred. Instead of just saying, hey, this guy was a nutbag who planned to enact violence. It was all over social media for months leading up to this. Like, come on. Anybody can give you a ride along. That's not true, because we're live broadcasting it. So the 4 departments that we needed, that we originally had plans when we were doing all these night shows, the 4 departments that we talked to about doing it, 3 of the departments were like, yeah, sure. As soon as COVID, we can do it again. And then 2 of the city councils, one of the chief killed the idea. And then 2 city councils said no, because they needed city council approval or something like that. I think they think it's going to be like live PD, and that's not what it's going to be like. You know what I mean? It's just going to be just showing what it's like to be a police officer, like a true accounting of what it's like, what they go through every single day. That's what it is supposed to be. Double O'Neill said, dude, stop. Tell dudes stop attacking me. I'm only defending myself. I don't know what you're talking about. Cops got your dope said I stream my shifts some nights. Yeah, but how about we stream them like big time? Like, come on, man. Give me a call. Send me an email. Let's do this. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. I agree. Mark's channel said, go on a ride along that is a K9 unit. That's the one I'd send Adam or somebody else. Way more athletic. See, I'm a big, strong guy. Like I can lift a police cruiser and shit like that. My running game is not even nearly as strong. Like I can mess with this guy for not being able to run. I wouldn't be a good cop. I'll be honest, because I can't run worth a shit. I'm a 305-pound power lifter. I cannot run. But you know, the good part is when I do run, it's in short distances, I'm pretty fast. And two, you hear me coming. It's like, boom, 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 boom. And then you feel your body, your soul leave your body as I hit you. but yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it, man. I think this has been a good show. Lots of people tuned in, you know, and there's no live feeds that are currently on. And I feel good, actually. I feel like this was good for me to come out and do this show. So I'm happy. And I hope people have a new understanding of this perspective. Even if one of you did, the show was worth it to me. Even if one of you says, you know what? I watched this crazy guy last night, man, and I tell you what, I see it from a different light. You know? And it was good. And I like it. But Jimmy said, let me know if you received that email. Yeah, I'll let you know later. On Smash Media said, good debate. Thank you. You're welcome. Dave O'Day said, it's all about money with this guy. I don't know. Okay. Bro, I fucking have plenty of money, dude. It's not about money. If it was about money, I could go do literally. If it was about money, you know what I would do? I wouldn't do live videos anymore. Because I make more money doing a produced video that's put together better and distributed out to social media. For one, it's monetized on social media and it gets shared. It gets put on YouTube's pages and all that. I do this show because I feel a civic duty of doing this show. I truly do. I mean it. I feel like I have to do this show because just like I just said a minute ago, if even one person changes their perspective just even a little bit based on something I said, then that is a victory. And that's why I do this show every day. And I'll continue to do it until the day I die. You know what I mean? Troy Brandt. April, why don't you find him? He's on Facebook. I don't know what page he is. But April, why don't you find him? Just give him a ban, him or two on Facebook. What else? Let me see. Then do a call-in show. I don't do call-in shows. I don't like them. And I have done call-in shows and I'll debate. Like Dave O'Days. You want to have a debate? Catch me on a day I want to do a debate. Or come on a show. If you're actually an intelligent person, send me your resume. Let me know that you're a real person and that you're not some fucking leftist scumbag lunatic that just wants to sit and talk shit. If you actually have a resume, just saying that you're like a normal American that works every fucking day, come on. I'll do a fucking show where we could talk about life. But you won't do that. People don't do that. They talk big games on social media, but they won't do it. I sent you an email too, Steve. Watch the water. John Morris said, you are not good at call-in show. I saw the last one. No, I hate call-in shows. I hate doing them because I'm not a big people person, to be completely honest. Klaus Schwab says, you own nothing and like it. Chrissy said, thank you, Steve, and all the mods. As always, much respect. Yeah. Have good day. All right. So, yeah, that's fun, man. It's been a long time. It's fucking 11 o'clock. So what I'm going to do, and for all of you guys that are watching on social media, I'm going to play the body cam footage again on citizenstringer.tv. So on the 24-hour live stream, the feed that we've been watching just now on this one right fuck, where is it? Over there. This video, it's going to play again. It's 19 minutes. And then this video, the one that you're watching right now, is going to replay. And then it's going to play the entire press conference. And then it's going to play my show from earlier. And then it's going to repeat until 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning when Pizza and Tilly comes back on. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I mean that. Thank you, everyone. I don't do these kind of shows much where I interact with the chat for an hour and a half. And maybe I'll do it more often if we can actually all act like civilized human beings just about things in general, or we do a breakdown and then we all discuss it, because I feel really good about it. I really do. I feel really good about this conversation today. So thank you, seriously.